Hi, I'm Beth Laychak from the Canada-France-Hawaii Telescope. Today on MKO at Home, we're going to talk a little bit about the planet Neptune. So Neptune is one of the planets in our solar system. When we think of the planets, we often think of putting them into two buckets. Planets that are like the Earth, known as terrestrial planets, they're small and rocky, and then the large gas planets like Jupiter. I would say that we should actually think about a third type of planet, the medium-sized planets, the ice giants like Neptune and Uranus. So I want to talk a little bit about Neptune today. So one of the questions that we often get asked by kids is it true that it rains diamonds on Neptune? Now the answer is a solid maybe. And the reason that we say maybe is there's no way to get a giant scoop and go and scoop into the atmosphere of Neptune. Now, Neptune has 4 different parts to the planet. We start in the center with a core. The core of Neptune is likely small and rocky. That core is surrounded by a mantle made of water, ammonia, and methane. I like to think of it a little bit like windshield wiper fluid. Surrounding that is an atmosphere of hydrogen, helium, and even more methane. Now that methane gas is what gives Neptune and Uranus their distinctive blue colors. On the outside are clouds. And so when we look at my stuffed Neptune here, you see that there are some spots, different shades of blue. So this would be different clouds or different storms that exist on the upper atmosphere of the planet Neptune. Now, methane and ammonia are all carbon-rich elements. And when we take heat and pressure and combine them with carbon, we end up with diamonds. And so it's very possible that on Neptune, it actually does rain diamonds, that the intense heat and pressure in the closer to the core of the planet cause the carbon to fall out of the atmosphere, get scrunched, and make diamonds. Now, we can't make diamonds at home, but what we can do is do an experiment that explains how this could happen. And the end result of this experiment is going to be rock candy. And in our experiment, this rock candy, which is also made of carbon, is really similar to the same process in which diamonds are formed. So let's go into the kitchen. You're gonna need an adult to help you with this because you're going to need some heat. So let's go into the kitchen to make our almost diamonds. Hi, now we're ready to make our sugar crystals or our pretend diamonds. The first thing that we're gonna do is we need sugar. So I already have 1 cup of sugar in my pan, and I'm gonna add a 2nd cup. This is just plain regular white sugar. You can make this with brown sugar if you want. And to this, we're also then gonna add 1 cup of water. And so it's a super saturated solution because there's more sugar than water, 2 to 1. So for every 2 cups of sugar, you need to add 1 cup of water. We're gonna take this pan and put it on the stove and stir it very carefully until the sugar has completely dissolved in the water. Let's go do that now. Our sugar is now completely dissolved in our water, and I've taken my pan off of the stove. For the next step, you really make sure you have an adult to help you because this sugar water solution is going to be pretty hot. We're gonna take a clean glass jar, any kind of glass jar is fine, and we're gonna gently pour our super saturated sugar solution into that jar. Be very careful. Okay. Now you'll notice that my liquid here is clear. That's because I don't have any food coloring at home. When I made this jar originally, you can see that I dyed it blue with food coloring to be the same color as Neptune. If you have food coloring, you can totally add that to your liquid. If you have any flavoring, if you decide you want to eat this candy later, you can do that as well. Now our last step is to take a piece of string or yarn and tie it to, in my case, a chopstick. What this is gonna do is the yarn is grippy, and when you put it into the water, it's going to allow
those sugar crystals, as they precipitate or fall out of the solution, it's going to give those sugar crystals something to hold on to. You're going to leave this rock candy in the jar until it's as big as you want. The rock candy that I made here, I let it sit for quite a while in my sugar solution. And so you can see that the crystals in there are actually really big. So this summarizes how you can make your own diamonds like the ones that we might see on Neptune. Tune in for future episodes of MKO at Home. Thanks.